guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with the April Read Digital Bingo Challenge. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this, every month I'm putting out a bingo board with challenges you can choose to use to read your digital text, whether they be audiobooks, ebooks, webcomics, fanfic, whatever you like. And this month I sort of reshuffled some of my prompts to make them a little bit more stay-at-home friendly, so I'm calling it the stay-at-home edition. But yeah, the challenge is mostly just to read some of those digital texts that possibly get sort of pushed to the back burner because physical books are, I know for me, physical books feel more overwhelming, like I need to read those faster than I read my ebooks, but I really love reading on my Kindle, so I have this 1 week where I read on my Kindle for the week. So the Read Digital Challenge for April is taking place from Sunday the 26th of April until the 2nd of May, but you can choose to do this whenever you like. I will leave a link to my blog post which has the full bingo board so you can download it and do whatever you like with the bingo board. You just need to grab it from there. These are the prompts and my TBR for the challenges. So the first square says to read a book in your PJs. Have a PJ day, read a book. I should say my TBR is pretty fluid, it can change all the time, but the one that I think I'm going to try and read is Harley Merlin and the Secret Coven by Bella Forrest, which is a YA urban fantasy witch story, I think. Someone was comparing it to Harry Potter and a group of friends of mine and I decided that we really just wanted to read it and see what was going on and why they were comparing it to Harry Potter, so I got it. I plan on reading it. The next one is to read a book recommended from a podcast. I am planning on reading Romancing the Duke by Tessa Dare. I still have not yet read a Tessa Dare book, so I'm going to start with this one and see how I go. Then there is the challenge to reread a book. I find rereading really comforting, so I thought this would be a good challenge to do for the week, and I'm planning on rereading Learn My Lesson by Katie Robert, which is book 2 in the Wicked Villains series. It's a very short sort of novella style dark romance. The next square says to read an anticipated book. For this I'm going to read Dear Enemy by Kristen Callahan. I read a whole bunch of Kristen Callahan books recently and this is her newest release, so I'm very curious to see if I like her books outside of the series that I read. The next challenge is to read a book with your favourite drink. For this I'm going to try and read The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I've been meaning to read this for ages because I know that a lot of people really love it. I also know that some people don't really care for it, but I've been very curious about sort of the YA urban fantasy-ish book series for a while, so I'm going to give it a shot and see how I feel about it at the end. The next square is to read a free book, so something you've downloaded for free at some point. I get a lot of my free books from BookBub. I just get the daily email sent to me and I just scroll through and there's a whole bunch of stuff on there that I end up downloading. So the one I've picked is Hidden Blade by Pippa DaCosta, which is an urban fantasy book, but that's about all I know about the book, so we'll have to see. My free choice square was to continue a series, and for that I'm going to read Changeless by Gail Carriger, which is the second book in the Parasol Protectorate series. I've been meaning to continue this series for like a year, so I just need to do it. The next square is most recent acquisition, which I am not putting anything on my TBR yet because I tend to get very click happy when there are free books, so this could change between the time of filming and the time that I start the challenge, so stay tuned. That might have to be the first one that I try and read, just because otherwise it'll keep changing. And the last square is to read a book and share your thoughts about it somewhere, whether it's share it with a friend, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share your thoughts on Instagram, share it on YouTube, however you choose to tackle this prompt. So it can be any sort of book. I'm going to go with Cocky Bastard by Vi Keeland and Penelope Ward because I really love their books that they write together, and I've totally read this particular series out of order. I think Cocky Bastard was the first one that they wrote in this very loose, unconnected series, but there have been references to this book in later books, so I should finally get around to reading it. It's been on my TBR for ages. So that is my TBR for my April round of Read Digital. In the comments below, let me know if you're planning on participating. I'd love to know what you're planning on reading for it as well. Just feel free. Leave it linked down below. It's a very casual, very chilled out readathon. I'm actually planning on posting the bingo boards at the start of every month. So even though I do it in the last week of every month, if you want to do it earlier, you're more than welcome to. I'll always have the bingo board up at the start of the month. So I'll leave that link down below. I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.